Hi, this is Lara at Elliott Wave Stock Market with your twice weekly Apple analysis done on Thursday, 4th of April. I'm recording this video now, 10 past 7 in the evening New York time on Thursday the 4th New York time. My daily wave count's mostly the same. I'm expecting more upwards movement before we see resumption of the downwards trend. I expect we're in a second wave correction at intermediate degree, within a primary third wave, within a cycle degree A wave to the downside of a big supercycle zigzag. The long-term target for primary 3 remains the same. It's still probably months away. At 272, it will reach 1.618, the length of primary wave 1. Primary wave 3 must subdivide into an impulse. It's the only possible structure for a third wave. Within it, we have the first 5 down complete, so intermediate wave 1 is complete. Intermediate wave 2 has to subdivide into an obvious zigzag. Within it, I think we have a 5 up for minor A complete, a 3 down for minor B. I'm more confident today that that's complete. We should now see a 5 up for minor wave C. If minor C reaches 1.618, the length of A, it will take price to about 508, just above the 50% mark of intermediate wave 1 down. So I think that's probably where this may end. We can now use Elliott's channeling technique for a correction to draw a channel around this possible zigzag for intermediate 2, draw it from the start of minor A to the end of minor B, then place a parallel copy on the high or end of minor A here. I think that minor C may overshoot this trend channel on the way up. On the way up, though, it may find a bit of resistance here, so that may be where we see its fourth wave end. Minor wave C has to subdivide into a 5-wave structure, and when we see subsequent movement again below this channel, we will have confirmation that the second wave correction is over, and the third wave of a third wave would then be underway. Intermediate wave 2 may not move beyond the start of 1. This wave count is invalidated with movement above 594.59. If that were to happen, then we would use the alternate daily wave count, but it has a lower probability. Let's have a look at this structure on the hourly chart, where the high of minor A and the start of the B wave is this point up here. My last analysis had pink or minute wave B as this little triangle here, which didn't really have that good a look. I was expecting more downwards movement to my short-term target at 421. We did get a little bit more downwards movement. We have a new low, but it's fallen 4.25 short of that target. Before it did that, we had all this choppy sideways movement in ever-decreasing range. Looks like an absolutely perfect contracting triangle. So to see minor wave B is over here as a sideways moving triangle has a much better fit. I'm more confident now in this labelling for minor wave B. So we have a 5-wave impulse for the A wave, a contracting triangle for the B wave, and a short little C wave, which does have a 0.236 Fibonacci ratio to the A wave. When we use Elliott's channeling technique around this downward zigzag from the start of minute A to the end of the triangle for the B wave, with a copy on the low of the A wave, it much better contains this downwards movement. When we can see a full hourly candlestick above this channel and not touching the upper trend line, we shall have trend channel confirmation that the downwards trend is then over and the next upwards trend would then be underway. When we have that trend channel confirmation, you may have more confidence in this target. If we see any further downwards movement, and I'm not going to move the invalidation point down here to the end of minor B here until we have confirmation that it's over with a channel breach. So if it moves any lower, it can't move beyond the start of minor A below 419. If that were to happen and downwards movement were to invalidate this wave count, I would consider the unlikely possibility that intermediate wave 2 could possibly be over. But I don't think so. I think we need the C wave upwards first. Alternatively, on the daily chart, if this downwards movement is a 535 complete zigzag structure, then cycle wave A may be unfolding as a flat correction. If at supercycle degree we also have a flat, the A wave has to subdivide to a 3. If that's the case, then primary wave A is complete. We need a 3 up for primary B. So if the main wave count is invalidated with movement above 594.59, we can have confidence that price should continue rising to at least above 676.46 and may actually make a new high, because within a flat the B wave must reach at least 90% the length of the A wave and is actually quite commonly reaching beyond the start of the A wave as in an expanded flat, and that's the most common type of flat. So I now have a target for this upward zigzag structure to end at 508, but before I have confidence in that target, I want to see that trend channel on the hourly chart clearly breached. If and when that happens, you may then expect price to continue rising for 2 or 3 weeks to about 508. That's all for me today with your Apple analysis, and I hope that everyone is looking forward to a fabulous weekend.